Hey guys, just want to make a quick video on the Transformation Playbook, let you know what it entails. I've had a lot of people ask, on Facebook, emails, they want to know what is in the book and if it is right for them. Okay, Transformation Playbook, I've put a lot of hours into this. I've put a lot of passion into this because I know not everybody can afford a personal trainer, online coach. We have to pay every month. So when I set out to make this book, I wanted to make something that would contain everything that you would need to know to make the best transformation possible in the shortest amount of time. Give you a little background on myself. I've been working out since I was 12 years old. So just turned 29, 17 years. I've been training, trial and error with diet, working out, constantly researching, listening to podcasts, trying to get better, and also put all these practices into work. I think you need to be able to practice what you preach. Otherwise, you don't have much credibility. So I'll give you a run through of the table of contents. We talk about macros, have a big section on macros, big section on dieting. The third section is body types. The fourth section is making adjustments. The fifth section is meal planning. The sixth section is life hacks. The seventh section talks about food. The eighth section talks about supplements. The ninth section talks about training. So let me run through a brief run through here on each section. We start with macros. Of course, that's protein, fat, and carbs for those of y'all that don't know. I think it's easier to count macros versus calories because when you start talking about calories, you can have so many different variations. You're not staying consistent with anything week to week, so you're not going to know how to make adjustments. So basically, I'll tell you what are macros and how to count them. Everybody's different, and I run through that here. I tell about protein, fat, and carbs, what's best for you at certain times during the day and why not, what macros you need and do not need. I run through nutrition labels. Okay, it's very important to be able to pick something up at the grocery and to compare two things and see which one's better for you. I go through how to count macros. We all know that protein and carbs, 4 calories per gram. There's 9 calories to a gram of fat. So I'll walk through everything. I'll tell you how to enter this stuff, and I suggest MyFitnessPal for most of my clients because they'll keep a running tally for you. But basically show you, if you wanted to do it manually, I give you nutrition facts here and show you exactly how to weigh something out and get the macro that you need. Like, let's just say that you were running short on fats for the night, you're coming to a night's end. Okay, we want to hit that number that we've got set out later in this book for you. So I can show you in this book how to hit that number based on your allotment for the day, what you have left. Okay, we'll run through dieting. So we've set the scene here with the macros and everything, but what diet is best for you? Okay, I think the best diet is a sustainable diet. So there's all these different fads, keto, your typical bro diet, high protein, moderate carb, low fat. But the best diet is one that you're going to stick to. And I give you a few options and tell the pros and cons of each one. I am a big proponent of flexible dieting. Okay, I know not everybody out there is wanting to compete, okay, and that's perfectly fine. I only want to compete, 5-6 months out of the year where I'm dieting, but I always employ flexible dieting because I think that's key to having a balanced lifestyle. So I'll talk about it and how you can make stuff fit into your macros. Talk about nutrient timing and meal frequency and why that's important. I have a bunch of diet tips that I just ran through here and bulleted different tips that I've learned through the years, do's and don'ts of a diet. We go to body types, and I don't know if you can see that, but I've got calculations for each body type: ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. Okay, and what I do here is I take your body weight times a certain number. Okay, let's just say, here's what I like to do. Give you an example. My body weight is about 240. So my protein requirements that I think that I need for my body type, I would multiply that times 1.1 to 1.3, somewhere there in the middle. But what that's going to do is it's going to give you a range of where you want to have your macros based off your body type and what your goals are. So I've had a lot of people have a lot of success with those. And those are some of the percentages I even use with my one-on-one clients. So if you'd like to check out the transformations, you can go to dreamweaverfit.com. I have a ton of people that have a ton of success with these guidelines. Okay, I've talked about making adjustments, tracking progress, why that's important and why you'll need that. Talk about body fat testing. Talk about meal planning, and I have sample meal plans in here based on the time that you work out. Okay, I've got a morning workout meal plan, an afternoon workout meal plan, after work workout meal plan, and an evening workout meal plan. And basically what I do there is I set up where you would have your post-workout shake in reference to your schedule. I'll show you when it's best to have protein, carbs, and fats versus just protein and fats, and also try to sneak those green veggies in there. So I go through that, then I run through a whole section of meal tips like I did with diet tips before. We're bulleted here with some important information. I have a section on cheat meals, of course. We're all about them cheat meals. Some people have too many. I might have one later, but hey, as long as you're working hard for it, you can make it work, I promise you. But it's about being consistent the rest of the week. People see the cool cheat meals on Instagram. They see the highlight reel of the junk foods, but they don't see 7 meals day in and day out of bland food. I mean, it's not to me. I'm always hungry, but I love eating the same thing every day. That's just me. Mainly because I know how to track it, and I know that I'm hitting my goals for the day. It just makes it easy. But I do have cooking tips in here too. So it'll tell you how to cook your food and prepare your food the way it's more enjoyable. Okay, I go through life hacks, go through some tricks with hunger, some low-calorie options that you can look forward to. Here's a big one here. I had a couple people buy this book based off the alcohol section that I created in the most recent version of this playbook. It tells you how to convert your alcoholic beverages to fit your macros. Okay, you don't just go off 4 carbs that's in a Michelob Ultra. and count that towards your totals. It don't work like that. It still has 100 calories per drink. And I know some people don't care, but some people do, and you can make it work. And I've seen a lot of people compete and be shredded and had abs 2 weeks before drinking a couple beers, you know, with friends. Talk about how important it is to eat to lose weight. A lot of people want to starve themselves. That's not the way to go. Also talk about sleep and recovery and how important that is. And I have a huge section on digestion. So that's very important. It don't matter what you eat, and if you're not digesting properly, then you're gonna have to make some changes. Got a couple fit tips in here. Then we start a big section on food. I have healthy food sources, and I try to list some of my favorite healthy food sources. I got fats. I break that down into oils and nuts and seeds. I have proteins. Got the meat and the dairy in there. Carbohydrates. I include a large list of complex carbs and simple carbs. Also have the vegetables and fibrous carbs in there as well. I run through some healthy beverages, condiments, and toppings. And there's a cooking tip section that I was telling you about. Also have a secret in here. Anybody that follows my YouTube channel, I may have made a video on it showing you how to make this awesome recipe right here. Game changer. Next I have a section on supplements. Okay, the must-haves. You know, we're in an industry where people try to push a lot of bullcrap on you. Okay, run through the must-haves, the absolute necessities of what you need, and then I also have a section right under it. It's called Maximize Performance. These are things that do work and have been scientifically proven to work, you know, but they're not absolute necessities. But I run through everything there. I also have some pretty sweet coupons in here for Complete Nutrition here in Bowling Green. And those are going to be in reference to some of the supplements I mentioned before. But pretty good discounts. Peyton at Complete Nutrition is fortunate enough to provide everybody that's in these transformation challenges with these coupons. So, but they're still in the regular books, whether you want to compete in the transformation challenge or not. Next we go to training. That's the fun part. Nobody wants to eat right. Everybody wants to work out. I'll talk about the different types of cardio, pros and cons of each. I'll also give cardio recommendations, which change weekly in this book if you wanted to follow it for the 8-week transformation challenge. There's several tips of the trade that I've included in here that I think are very important, because muscles don't know weight, they only know tension. So I've got 6 steps in here that's really going to change the way that you train. I have my training split in here, and I'll tell you how to execute each exercise properly. Okay? Following that is an 8-week gym routine. It breaks it down every day what you're going to do. It's pretty awesome workout. I've had a lot of people enjoy it. I've also had some hate mail saying that it's tough stuff, you know, but if it don't challenge you, it don't change you. So there's 8 weeks of that. You can run that back to back, because every week there's something different from the week before. So it's a great way to confuse the muscle. especially if you've hit plateaus. It's good to switch to a workout program like this. Okay, at the end of the 8-week program, I also have a home routine included. I know not everybody's fortunate enough to have a gym membership, even though they're only about $10 these days a month. I feel like you could free up some of your budget to change your life. You know, health's pretty important. But in the event that you couldn't, maybe you have 5-6 kids and you can't really leave the house. Okay, I've got a home routine in here, and it tells you exactly what to do with minimal equipment. I suggest maybe a set of dumbbells or a resistance band. You know, as long as you got that, you can get to work in. And a lengthy disclaimer in here saying, hey, sorry that you just transformed your life. You're on a better track now. And if you've got any questions, feel free to contact me. Results at dreamweaverfit.com. You can email me. You can find me on all social media, on Instagram, DreamweaverIV, on YouTube, DreamweaverFit, Facebook, DreamweaverFit. If you got any questions, make sure you let me know. This is important stuff, and I truly enjoy helping people transform. I mean, that means when you see somebody change their life in 8 weeks, just 2 months, it really puts a different perspective on things. So if I can help anybody out, y'all hit me up and we'll get one out to you. You can find these on dreamweaverfit.com under programs, Transformation Playbook. God bless y'all.